Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I would like to thank you for your time and respect over this past week or so. I am here today to support the defense, which in my case is Mr. Stephen Harmon. On December 22nd at approximately 4:00 p.m. of last year, Aguinaldo Nesbitt, an immigrant from the West Indies, was deprived of his life. He was lying lifeless on the cold, hard floor of his own store, bleeding internally from a bullet that entered his body that he never expected to be there. This is a felony murder, and someone should be held accountable, but this person is not Steve Harmon. Mr. Nesbitt was found by Jose Delgado, one of the store workers for Mr. Nesbitt. He went behind the counter and he said that there was blood everywhere and the cash register was open, and there were cigarettes missing too, maybe 5 cartons. Jose never felt the need to call the police even after this horrific scene had gone down. If we can't even trust Jose to call the police when an innocent man is hurt, how can we trust his knowledge of Steve? Also, Detective Carroll testified that the crime scene technicians never found any visual fingerprints as belonging to a perpetrator. How can we trust what he says about Steve if he never found any fingerprints? Also, Osvaldo Cruz testified that he was in court that very day because he was getting a deal from the government for proving his side of the case, which means that he is getting less time in jail. Why would he go to jail in the first place, one might ask? This is because he had already cut a stranger in the face, beat up his girlfriend, and has taken part in this get-over robbery on the 22nd of December. You, the jury, are relying on evidence from a fellow juvenile himself, and you should stop and think about the kind of people that these witnesses are and the kind of person that Steve Harmon is. If you really believe in justice, then I suggest you put justice to these crime-committing witnesses. On July 13th, Richard Bobo Evans testified that he was also a part of the crime and is getting a lesser time in jail because of it. He says that he received an all-clear signal from Steve Harmon, which involved no dialogue or motion in any way, which does not seem like much of a signal to me. How can we believe what Bobo says when he has never even talked to Steve before and Steve never got his cut of the money? You are relying on evidence from a man who could see another innocent man killed and then go down to a fast food restaurant because he was hungry. Also, this man has been in jail multiple times now and should be going back any time for having admitted to the crime we are working with here today. Steve Harmon never gave a signal to Richard Evans, and you know it. Innocent until proven guilty. This is a statement usually said at the beginning of a trial by the defense. This statement was never said. This is because Steve Harmon was never proven guilty. Now, don't take this job lightly, jury, because the way this young boy's life is going to pan out from this day forward depends on the verdict you reach here today. Steve Harmon is not a monster. Thank you.